Hello and welcome back here at Talk ACB and welcome back to the channel, and it is finally here. Competitive football is so close to returning now, and personally for me it's been far too long. The summer has gone on for way too long and pre-season just frustrates me, seeing Barca there, seeing the players out on the pitch but not quite seeing that brilliant football, not quite seeing that competitive nature. It's just frustrating, and I think there's so much scrutiny placed on pre-season matches. We lost a few games, didn't we, on tour in the United States, and there was a lot of criticism of us. And I have to say, until the Roma game, I was really, looking at the team thinking this is not good, because certainly against Fiorentina, the defensive play was absolutely appalling. But certainly in that match back at the Camp Nou, there was a brilliant crowd there in the Joan Gamper Trophy against Roma, a fantastic crowd, about 94,000 people, I believe. And it was great to see the players back. It was great to see Messi and Neymar back. It was particularly tough this summer without seeing those sort of players there. Dani Alves, Bravo, all given an extended holiday due to their participation in the Copa America. So it was nice to see those players back, and it was nice to see us playing good football and scoring goals again, and just getting back to how he was last season, really. And that's what we've got to do tonight. We've got to come out there and just carry on where we left off, basically. That's basically what we've got to do. And that's this season. We've got to make sure we maintain that level and be consistent and just make sure that we're doing the same things, going through the same sort of processes as we did last season, and hope that success can follow, because tonight is the fourth trophy. Number 4 on the list. We've got the first 3. We've secured the treble. We've got to now go get that 4th trophy, get that 5th trophy, and then can we do it? Can we complete another historic sextuple? And that's going to be very interesting, because I tell you what, another club has never ever won 6 trophies in one season apart from when we did it. If we can actually become the team that not only does it once but does it twice, that is something quite special. I really do believe, I've got a good feeling about this. Certainly tonight's game, we're big favourites. If you look around, look at all the bookmakers, big favourites, Barcelona going into any game. But certainly tonight Sevilla will give us a test, and they always do, because Unai Emery's sides, you can always count on them working hard, making it difficult for you to beat them, and certainly making sure they're strong defensively. And I was really shocked last season when we beat Sevilla 5-1 at the Camp Nou. That was a phenomenal performance. And then we saw the real side of Sevilla when we went to the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan. 2-2 on the night, wasn't it? That was a really tough night for us, I felt. We gave away a 2-goal lead. Let's hope nothing like that happens tonight. We've got to be focused, we've got to be switched on. And the team that I believe will play tonight is, as been reported by a lot of Spanish media, Ter Stegen in goal, which I think is about right, to be honest. I think Claudio Bravo was probably the last person, to return from his holidays. Ter Stegen actually came back early from his holidays. He's looked pretty decent in pre-season. I think he's conceded a lot of goals, but like I say, a lot of that is down to the poor defensive play that was in front of him. Marc Bartra, Thomas Vermaelen mostly featured in pre-season. Ter Stegen also won the Champions League last season, so, we are there as virtue of being European champions, so it's only right, really, that he should play in this game. Left back's going to be an interesting one. Mathieu is favourite to play there ahead of Adriano, who may or may not be leaving the club this summer. Apparently Luis Enrique now is he's persuaded him to stay at the club. But Jordi Alba got injured against Roma, so he's going to be out for about 2 weeks. And in has come Mathieu, who doesn't particularly like playing left back, but he's quite efficient when he plays there. He's quite good on the ball. If he comes to it, he's not a brilliant player on the ball by any means, but he can do the basics. He's quite quick, for a centre back, and he's quite, for his age as well. He's quite athletic. He's tall. He's strong. So I'm not saying play him there all the time, but I am saying that Jordi Alba out, he's a decent option to have, and he's good cover at centre back and left back. Really. Centre-backs, Mascherano and Piqué, you're not really going to deviate any other way than that. Stick with the pairing that we very much used to, used to seeing centre-back. Right-back's going to be Dani Alves, and that's going to be the case until January. You've got no other options at right-back. Douglas out for a number of weeks with an injury. I'm not really sure that Luis Enrique would have wanted to count on him anyway. Of course, Montoya leaving in the summer. Alex Vidal will be available, but only is for selection from January onwards. Same goes for Arda Turan. In midfield, you're looking at Sergio Busquets in defensive midfield, with Iniesta and Rakitic playing. And that midfield trio, I'm really excited about them this season. I know last season they didn't get as much praise, I think, as they deserve, but certainly from Iniesta, if he can stay nice and injury-free. Rakitic in his second season, I've got big hopes for him. And of course, Sergio Busquets, he suffered a few injuries as well last season. If he can stay injury-free again, try and get that consistency going, he is, incredible. What a player he is. Always going to be in the team every single time. Again, doesn't get this recognition as he deserves. And then, of course, you've got the front three. Tonight, it will not be the MSN trio. It will be Pedro, Messi, and Neymar, except Neymar will not be there. He's got mumps, so it'll be Suarez. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how those three link up, in particular Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez playing together. That didn't happen that often last season where it was just them two, so it's going to be very interesting tonight to see how they get on as a duo. Of course, lots of rumours about Pedro possibly leaving in this transfer window to go to Man United. They keep saying in the press, it's in the next 24 hours, he's agreed to go there, it's done and dusted, he's going to sign. But yet we've seen absolutely no evidence of it. Pedro himself has said nothing. Luis Enrique said before the game that his future will be resolved very, very soon. I think after this game we may see some things start to happen. Whether he's going to stay or not, I don't know. But what I will say is with Neymar out for probably 2-3 weeks with this mumps, it's going to be very, very interesting to see if we're going to rely on Pedro to step in, and will that be enough to possibly turn Pedro's head and get him to stay. All will be revealed after this game, it looks like. So it's going to be very interesting to see what they're going to say. But with Sevilla, they have a lot of new players, as they do every single summer, really. They usually sell their best players and move on when they get a fantastic sporting director in Monchi, who basically finds the best young players in Europe and the best value players for Sevilla, brings them in, brings them up and then sells them on for huge profit. And it's just a process. Sevilla are used to it now. They lose their best players, but every single season they manage to get something else in and they gel. And Unai Emery does a fantastic job with that. And it's the same again here. One player that's going to be particularly interesting to see tonight is Yevhen Konoplyanka, who they've got on a free transfer from Dinamo Kiev. A lot of clubs in Europe looking at him. Sevilla got the race for his signature. Another man who could start up front is Immobile, who's on loan from Borussia Dortmund. Didn't have a great season there last season, but looking to try and kick on. They've signed Daly from Celta Vigo, somebody that Luis Enrique managed, and actually Daly before the game came out and said, if it wasn't for Luis Enrique's management when I was at Celta, he brought me on as a player, I would not be at Sevilla today. Again, another very, very good signing, again on a free contract from Celta Vigo, so very, very good signing there for Sevilla. But they're going to be a threat, they're going to defend well, they're going to be putting a lot of pressure on the ball, they're going to give 100%, everything that Unai Emery's sides are set up to do. And, we want to be wary of them. We want to be very, very focused, very, very concentrated. And what I want to see tonight is something, the only thing last season that frustrated me, and that is saying something. I had to look really, really hard for anything last season to frustrate me. But there was one thing, and that was simply being clinical in front of goal. Because I love to win games, and I love to win games playing good football. That's great. But what I do like to do is keep making statements. Keep making statements as you go through the season by beating teams. And not only beating them, but slaughtering them. Last season at the Camp Nou, there was a game which absolutely killed me, and it was Man City against Barca. We won 1-0, and if you looked at that score, you'd think, oh, they scraped through it. No, we didn't. It could literally have been 7-0 that night. Yes, Joe Hart was incredible, but we have to be more clinical in front of goal. I want to see us scoring, out of every chance, every 2 chances, you want to score 1 goal. Make sure you're hitting the target. Make sure you're finishing your chances. And even in the Champions League final, there was chances there in that first half against Juventus. We could have been 3-4-0 up. That's no exaggeration. And I just want to see us burying teams, killing the game off, finishing it, so we can maybe conserve a bit of energy, put a bit of rotation in there, and straight away, because we've got even more games this season than we did last season. We're going to have to rotate. Luis Enrique will play a big part in that department. Going to be interesting to see how he plays this season, his second season in charge, of course. Very, very difficult to follow on from that magical first season. He can do it though, as can the players. They're all focused, they're motivated, they're ready, and we're going to take on Sevilla tonight to try and get our 4th trophy of 2015. It's going to be one to remember. It's going to be brilliant. It's going to be fast. It's going to be furious. It's the first game of the competitive season. Barca are back, and so are we here on Talk FCB, bringing you through every Barca game. Make sure you stay tuned here for reviews, post-match comments, lineups, everything you want, or follow my Twitter at Neymar. I'll be here for you guys. Leave your thoughts, as always, down below. Let me know any questions you may have or any thoughts that you've had over the summer which you want to bring to my attention. I'll be pleased to hear any of those. As always, thanks for being here and watching the video. I'll be back soon. Enjoy the match tonight. Let's add another trophy to 2015. Let's make it 4 from 4. The sextuple is on. Visca El Barça.